All right, welcome to the first ever Fall in Line Sports podcast. My name is Ross. I'm sitting here with my co-host TT in Austin, and we are so excited that you guys are here right now joining us, and we are here for the NFL Preview podcast. We've been chomping at the bit for this, fellas. Tell them a little something about yourself.
I'm TT, huge Arizona Cardinals fan. And before anyone says anything about it, Kyler Murray, MVP this season, 2-time Pro Bowler, Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's going to lead the league in rushing touchdowns for a quarterback. And he's going to be in the top 5 for passing. I don't want to hear you lip about it.
Spoiler alert right there.
And I'm Austin, huge Pats fan. Mac Jones all day. Defense will come with it on. Looking for number 7. So
Looking for number 7.
Number 7.
Detroit Lions, Detroit everything, looking for number 1 playoff win in my life. Those are my guys, though. Fellas, we've been waiting for this. We've been talking about this. It's here. NFL preseason is on the way. We already had the Hall of Fame game.
Excited.
Yes, sir. All right. So what do you guys think we kick this off? No pun intended right there. But, so let's start out with the thing that every team starts with. The day that everyone waits for in the offseason, where we can get a little taste of football right there.
Yep.
Let's talk about the NFL draft. Boys, who do we think the winners of the first round was? Go ahead.
I'm going to say the Jets. I think they kind of blew everyone out of the water the first round.
Yeah.
You have the 4th pick, the 10th pick, and then I want to say it was the 24th, if I remember.
They had another one for sure.
26.
Yeah, 26 was it? Okay,
yeah.
26. So with your first overall, or your the fourth pick, you go and get probably one of the best corner prospects that I feel like I've watched in recent history. Sauce Gardner is a complete package. You look at him and he's got the size, he's got the speed, he's got the IQ, and
Swag. He's got the
yeah,
swag.
he's got the swag. He's got the swag for sure.
He lives up to that name, Sauce.
You watch him at Cincinnati, no touchdowns given up in college. That is unreal. That's unheard of.
this man had a bottle of sauce on his chain.
Yes.
Exactly.
Let me just fact check something here. I believe my guy Sauce is from the good old state of Michigan.
Is he?
Yeah, Detroit, Michigan, baby.
Yeah.
There we are.
There it is. That's why he got the name Sauce. But anyways, he's the most complete player, I think, total in the draft. Revis Island started with him on the Jets. So I think you're going to sit there and it's going to be Sauce Island. Sauce Island all the way, man. And then you move to number 10 pick and you go and get who was my number 2 wide receiver in this draft in Garrett Wilson. The guy is a complete package. I think he ran a 4.31, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he can fly.
He can fly. The guy gets separation off any DB. So him and Sauce Gardner battling in practice, that would be fun to watch. Real fun to watch. You go and get a young quarterback that you're building the future with in Zach Wilson. You go and get him a weapon.
Shout out to the moms out there.
Shout out to the moms.
Shout out to the moms.
And I mean, I honestly could see that being a duo for years to come. And I think they really made 2 smart moves in the top 10 picks. And then there is a lot of pass rushers in this draft. A lot of pass rushers. And I think one that really was underrated was Jermaine Johnson.
He's supposed to go top 10.
And
he just kept falling and falling.
Kept falling and falling and
Happens
falling.
on draft night. Anything happens.
Yeah.
Kept on falling. What did we have, like 3 or 4 DNs taken in the top 10 or something like that? And Jermaine Johnson out of Florida State is another complete package. The guy's got the strength.
He's a beast.
He's an ACC defense player.
Exactly.
Yes,
he gives
sir.
me a lot of Khalil Mack vibes. A lot of Khalil Mack vibes.
That's a tall
Yeah.
Yeah, he gives me
tall
a
glass right there.
lot of them.
Like we were saying though, with Sauce and Garrett Wilson, iron sharpens iron, man. Come
It
on
does.
the team together, battle it out. They're going to be there for a while. Hopefully, that's 2 cornerstones for their team right there. And
I really love what the Jets did, and you see them. It looks like they do a lot of trading every draft, but this year I think they actually made the right moves.
They did well.
I think they really made the right moves. And this wasn't even in the first round, but you go and get Breece Hall early second round.
He's a monster. All right, Austin.
Zach Wilson has his pieces that he needs.
Exactly.
Who are you feeling, Austin?
So I'm taking the Giants. Basically because they just filled positions that they needed.
Yeah.
They got the DN to get to the QB, and then they went and got the best offensive lineman, I think, in the whole draft, in Evan Neal, at 5 and 7.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the Giants still need a couple more pieces, but I think they're definitely on the way to getting back.
They're
up
close.
As much as I hate the Giants, and we play them on Thursday, so I think they definitely are making moves.
I completely agree.
I think that's kind of a tough start for, you talk about the Giants, being a Patriots fan, you had to hear about the Jets forever. So let me switch it up for you. Let me get a team you might not hate as much, and, here it comes, all the bias, all that. I'm going with my Detroit Lions, and you're going to notice that this might be a trend here, and let me tell you just why. The Lions won a meaningless game at the end of the year against the Packers, and everyone was yelling, no, now they're missing out on Aiden Hutchinson. They're getting a number 2 pick. They're missing out on a number 1 pick. Why would we win such a meaningless game? Well, I loved it. You beat who's on the field, and you keep trying. There's no such thing as tanking. I get it.
Yeah.
There's some players you get lucky, you go after, but I don't believe in tanking. I believe in going out there and winning games.
Yeah.
So my
100%.
Lions were lucky enough that it didn't even matter.
And it was the Packers.
We got our guy.
Yeah.
You beat the
Aiden
Packers.
Hutchinson, exactly. Aiden Hutchinson dropped to number 2. He was the favorite to go number 1 for months.
Well,
And he dropped.
time.
They kept him home. He's staying in Michigan. That is a W right there.
Yep.
Aiden Hutchinson, obvious, widely believed to be the best player in the draft, although shout out Trayvon Walker. Monster first game.
Massive dude. Very massive dude.
He's huge.
He's huge.
Monster first game. I'm excited for him. But Hutchinson was the home run pick right there. I might release a video here of my reaction. It's on tape when we drafted him. That's my guy.
Second pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes! 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 God! Go blue all the way. And then they trade up and they go get Jamison Williams.
Yeah.
Go get that playmaker. That's what you ask for. That's what you wait for.
Yep.
That wide receiver room was missing that,
Speed
that
for days.
playmaker. They got good players. They got what they need. Now they got the guy who can take the top off. And I love his confidence too. He came out there, he said, I don't know what the fastest 40 was this year, but mine's faster.
Yeah.
Mine's fast. He just came out and said that. Mine's faster. Which, it's been proven. He was the fastest guy in college football last year.
He was my number 1 receiver.
He tore his ACL, so there is that kind of like but with today's science, today's health, torn ACLs, people bounce back from them all the time nowadays.
Yep.
So
A lot of them come back stronger.
And the craziest thing was, you hear, I believe it was Sims talking about the draft, saying he thinks Jamison Williams was by far the best receiver. And he comes out of that Ohio State wide receiver room and transfers to Alabama.
Yeah.
How crazy was that room? I don't like to give Ohio State their props, but
Yeah.
look at that room.
Yeah.
And, he's the 4th receiver off the board.
Yeah.
We
Was he
got
number
Jamison Williams as the number 4th receiver off the board. If he's healthy, he's going top 5. He's going to be gone by then. So, all things, we're praying for a healthy recovery for Jamison Williams. If he comes back what he's supposed to be, I'm telling you, the Lions had a very, very nice draft.
Yeah.
And I will say, I've done a little bit of research seeing, teams that won the first round, and I have to say, we hit it pretty well.
Moves,
Yeah.
Now,
Goff's got to get him the ball.
I do have a second team I'd like to bring to the attention. This one, it's not what you guys are going to expect.
Oh, God.
Because this team didn't even make a pick. I have my first round winners as the Las Vegas Raiders, as trading their pick for Devontae Adams.
Oh,
that's
They went out and got their man.
Yeah,
and
they did.
Him and Carr, going back to the college days,
Fresno State boys.
they're boys.
Yeah.
And you watch him in the videos that they're releasing. You watch him during the preseason game, the pregame of the preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
They're boys. They're in Ubers together.
Yeah.
They're, it's something that, you just see a player, he had it made.
Yeah.
He loved it in Green Bay. But
He did.
Yeah.
there was a time where he wanted to get paid. He wanted to move on. He went closer to home. I believe he's from the California area.
He might be. I didn't see him moving. I didn't see Green Bay getting rid of him.
I did
No,
because
that was-
I just thought that, something had to come true from that last ride post from Rodgers.
Yeah.
Something had to come true because
Yeah.
Rodgers wasn't leaving. But yeah, that is my second team. They traded their first round pick for Devontae Adams, who, go back and look at his stats since 2016. He's the best receiver in the league over that time span. I mean,
He might be one of the best route runners I think I've ever watched in the game of football.
absolutely. So I mean, in regards to they didn't make a pick, but they used their pick for something for the greater good.
Yeah.
So I got my Lions and I got the Raiders. That's right there, Raiders, baby.
So my second pick, I'm teeing off your first pick. I took the Lions.
Yes, sir.
I really love what the Lions did.
Go ahead and
Aiden Hutchinson was the best player in the draft, 100%. I think the Jags, they dropped the ball on that first pick.
they took a
Walker-
potential.
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 I don't think Aiden Hutchinson's potential. I think he's it. I put him in the category with the Bosa brothers. He's that type of player. But like you said, they get that, and then you go get a wide receiver that can take the top off the field, bro. I mean,
Speed
unreal
kills.
speed. Unreal speed. Great route running. Separation is key with him. Separation is key, and he gets it. The problem is Goff going to be able to get the ball there?
We're gonna find out. He's been having a heck of a training camp.
Has he?
Yeah. Him and Chark
Do we know when Williams is going to be able to come back?
targeting November. From
Okay.
what I've heard.
Okay. So I think that obviously future-wise, it was
We have an
by
early bye week too.
It was
week 6, I believe.
very, very smart pick. But you get Aiden Hutchinson, you get Jamison Williams. I think by far was the two smartest picks for a draft. I don't think it was the best. I give that to the Jets. But the two smartest picks was you guys. I see you guys draft every year, and I'm like, oh, great pick. And it's the same thing with the Jets. Finally, this was the year where I was like, that's it.
Yep.
That's exactly what you guys
It
needed.
takes one draft.
Is exactly what you needed. You put Dan Campbell with those two guys too, especially Aiden Hutchinson. You think that guy's not going to be running into brick walls?
No kneecap is safe.
Oh my!
No kneecaps are
my
safe.
Atlanta, man, that guy is going to be unreal.
It's like a JJ Watt.
Unreal. Yeah.
Just a huge.
Speaking of JJ Watt, they're doing hard knocks for the Lions right now, and Hutchinson's doing the JJ Watt move where he stays after practice, getting extra reps in for the cameras. But I think that's who he is.
Did you see who in season Hard Knocks is?
The Cardinals.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
It's huge.
I love it.
Austin, who you feeling?
So my second pick was the Jets as well. I think they just filled key positions. They got a cornerback, they got a wide receiver, they got a D end. It's just I hate to see it because I think that Sauce is the real deal. He is the best DB.
That's tough in the division.
Yeah.
So you're a big man for that. You're a greater man.
And now I think Zach Wilson has his man that he can go to with Garrett Wilson, and that's I hate to see it, but I got to give respect to it.
It could be real dangerous.
Let me piggyback off of that because I'm not going to let you be the only one, in your division giving a little bit of love here. I do have an honorable mention. It's going to kill me to say, but Green Bay Packers, man.
Oh man.
You every year draft late in the round. You draft late, and this
Defensive
year
guy.
they had 2 picks, and what do? They go and pluck 2 guys out of one of the greatest college defenses we've ever seen.
man.
And
Unreal.
they are places of need on that defense.
Yep.
It's just
It's what they needed to be that complete defense.
it's a great day at the office. You can take 2 players from that defense. I don't care where you're drafting in the draft. That far back in the round, and you get 2 guys like that from that defense.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It kills me to say, but that's why you get guys like Jameson Williams, baby.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so is that your guys' winners right there?
Yeah, those would be my two.
So
100%.
going off of that, you can't talk about the draft without talking about who the top dogs are going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to who do you guys think that offensive rookie of the year will be this year? TT, go ahead.
Offensive rookie. So I was really, really loving when the Pittsburgh Steelers went and got Kenny Pickett. I thought that was going to fit. But here's the thing about that is listening to some of my other things, I watched A lot of people say Mitchell Trubisky is the starter. And then after that, you have Mason Rudolph. It sounds like...
For how long, right?
For how long? But it sounds like what they want to do with Kenny Pickett is sit him the first year. Which, future-wise, it could be the smart move. It could be the smart move.
Yeah. I mean,
But who knows? Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season. Who knows how long he's going to go without saying, all right, well, I'm tired of losing with Trubisky and Rudolph isn't going to do anything. He's already proven that.
right. Let me hop in this with you because I actually did pick Kenny Pickett as well.
Okay.
Austin, I believe
Yeah,
you said
we
you
all
did as well.
picked it, yeah.
So that's good. That's what we're looking for.
That's not my pick, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
So with him sitting behind, I had to change
Plot
up.
twist.
I had to change up. Brees Hall.
Brees Hall from the Jets.
Brees Hall.
I like that.
The most complete running back in this draft.
I think I saw Vegas odds. He's like 5th favorite.
Is he?
Yeah, he's up there.
Brees Hall. I love that pick by the Jets. 1-2 punch with him and Carter. Not to mention, they got Coleman. They got Ty Johnson, who came from Detroit.
Came from Michigan.
He's a Michigan boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got drafted to Detroit.
Yeah.
All right.
He played in Detroit a little bit. I don't know if he got drafted, but he definitely, for a little bit, I believe he was on the Lions. But he's from Michigan. He went to...
But Brees Hall out of Iowa State. He can do it all. He can catch. And he was the best running back in this draft. If you
Gives
ask
you
me.
that little bit of Le'Veon feel.
Yeah, 100%. That and I look at him and he bounces. He bounces. You watch him run, and he's a bowling ball. He's a bowling ball.
That's what you need in this league because the running back gets hit a lot.
And I feel
They
like
get it hard.
the Jets finally started showing a little bit of a running game last year with Carter. But the thing with Carter, I don't think he's a number one back. I think he's a great number two, and that's why I love the pick of Brees Hall because he is a guy that can be the number one running back. He gives me great vibes. He can make a cut. He can get into open space.
All about the vibes, baby.
I mean, oh man, I'm excited to watch.
I
this
can
kid.
tell.
I'm excited to
He's
watch
a
this
monster.
kid.
I agree.
Brees Hall, it was Kenny Pickett, but then I heard he's going to sit most of the season, and if he does come in, it probably won't be till around week 6, week 7, maybe week 8. And at that point, I don't think he's going to have enough of a season to win Rookie of the Year, so I moved on from him, and I took Brees Hall.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. I hope he doesn't sit. I mean, he's already 24. He moved up to the second team already, and he won the Johnny Unitas Gold Gnome Award last year. So
he's good.
I mean, I hope he gets his chance because he has the weapons he needs. He still has Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Pat Freiermuth. He lost Juju, but he has one of the best running backs in the league. If he gets his chance, I think he takes it and takes
Absolutely.
off. And
You know the dumbest thing in the draft that I see is them talking about his hand size.
yeah.
If a dude can sling the ball, he can sling the ball.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear that. If he needs to wear gloves, whatever. If he's accurate
Yeah.
and he's hitting his passes and he's putting up the stats he was at Pitt,
Yeah.
I mean,
And he's mobile. He rushed for over 400 yards, had a 1% interception rate. So I mean,
he can fake
he's
slide.
smart. Yeah, he can fake slide.
yeah, he can fake slide. They made a rule after that.
Yeah.
So that's all you have?
Yeah,
I have
that's
Kenny Pickett as well, and I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
They might want to ease him into it.
Yeah.
But here's my thing: how long do they wait?
Yeah.
He's a hometown kid.
He's a hometown
played
kid.
at Pitt.
He's wanted.
Those fans are going to be
He's
those
wanted.
fans want that. They were
He got
chanting for him to get
Michigan.
put in at the first day of training camp. They were chanting for him to get in.
Yeah.
So they already dropped jersey sales this year. I believe he was already cracking the top 10.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Pittsburgh
doubt it.
Steelers fans are so passionate.
Yeah.
So, but here's the other thing: you don't go out and take this guy in the first round to sit him behind Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah. Exactly. Michigan.
Yeah.
You get him eased in. You let him learn the offense. You let him get in there and get the feel of it.
Mhm.
But I think the ultimate goal, you go out and get someone in the first round for him to be your guy. And what's the point of them waiting? Is what I'm trying to get to. They have nothing, right? Like
Yeah, you might as
no
well.
one's out here
Yeah.
saying Pittsburgh's going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No
one's out here saying
exactly.
the Steelers are the favorite.
Exactly.
No,
Them
they're
making
in a tough
playoffs last year
division.
it was a fluke.
They're with the Bengals. They're with the Browns. They're with the Ravens.
Yep.
They're favored to finish last. Will they? I don't know because they're a great franchise. But the simple fact is, if you're going to be down, if you don't have those Super Bowl aspirations, which every team does at the beginning of the year, but let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Some teams just aren't there. You know, and some people are probably saying about the Bengals last year. They had their chance. They still didn't win the Super Bowl, but still they got there. But in my argument is why wait? Go get that guy's experience. Let him have a terrible year. Look, Peyton Manning had a terrible year his first year. I mean, Trevor Lawrence had a terrible year his first year. We don't know what he's going to do second year, but I mean, it's part of the game. It's part of the learning curve.
Yeah.
You get the rookies, you get them in there. You go out and draft them for that reason. If he's not ready, He's not ready.
He's a confident kid too. I think if you do throw him in there and he does play bad, I think he's the type of guy that's going to get back into office and he's going to work.
Exactly.
He's going to work his butt off.
And here's the other point that I want to make. This isn't a Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers situation.
Right.
You don't got Brett Favre sitting in front of him. You got Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
Who, Mitch Trubisky had his years. He did what he had to do. But come on now. Yeah.
He was in a bad franchise.
You got a rookie.
Yeah.
Put him in there. Throw him in the fire. Obviously, sometimes you want to do it with confidence. I think he can handle it. I'm picking him as my rookie of the year. Yes, it's not fun. He's the Vegas odds favorite. I don't care. That's who I believe is in the best situation because he's at the position. What wins awards in this league?
Mm-hmm.
Quarterbacks.
Yep.
Quarterbacks win
Straight
awards.
Quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. So change the MVP trophy to that quarterback trophy.
Do you have the odds on what it was?
I don't. It was like I really don't.
Was it heavy?
Plus.
No, he was up there with someone else. Garrett Wilson was pretty high up there.
Was Garrett Wilson?
Yeah.
I would like to see those.
He's not number 2, but he's up there. I like Garrett Wilson a lot. I think he could definitely sneak in there and get that because, I mean, I don't know what the Jets, like all the wide receivers. Elijah Moore? Is he going to be the number 1?
I mean, they got a lot now. I feel like they have a lot.
That's good.
Corey Davis is still there.
Corey Davis is good.
Corey Davis.
Shout out to us, Austin. We went to that preseason game last year with the Jets. We saw Zach Wilson's first game.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
So let's move on. We can't talk about one side of the ball. Let's go top dogs on the defensive side. Austin, why don't you go ahead and start us out?
I'll start because I kind of went basic here, and I just went with Trevon Walker. After seeing him play, he's just huge. I mean, first play of the game was enough in the passing. So
terrible call.
Terrible
call.
Awful.
Yeah, that was.
He touched him as he was throwing.
Yeah.
And it was him on his shoulder.
It was.
Yeah, it is what it is. He's a monster.
Yeah.
That first play blew my mind.
Yeah, that kind of just gave me the feeling that he's just going to be a dog. I mean, he led the best defense in college football last season. He also had a sack in the game last Thursday, so
Then they took him out right away. They said, all right, we saw what we had to see.
He's back there. He was back there every play, it seemed like. He was back there every play.
He was gone right away. They said, all right, that's good. Good enough.
Yeah. So after seeing that, I think he makes Jacksonville. He turns them back to Duval, and he leads that defense to be something. The team's still not going to be good, but they're going to be in the middle, and I think it's going to be led by Trevor Lawrence on that defense. So
you think Trevor Lawrence can have a better year?
Yeah,
I do too. I mean, that guy's got the talent.
I hope he does.
He's going to get ETN back, and he's going to be.
I think ETN is going to be a big help to that offense.
Yeah.
I like your Walker pick. I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either, but
I don't think you went basic.
Play,
I don't think you went basic at all. I don't think a lot of people would have picked him.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot
of hate.
Not even hate, because people aren't hating on him. They're not talking about him enough. He's the number 1 pick in the draft for a reason. I mean, he's a dog.
He's got the size. And
literally,
the thing about
Georgia Bulldogs. He's a dog.
If you watch him on that Georgia Bulldog, they line him up everywhere.
Yeah.
All the linebacker spots, they line him up on the line completely. I mean, I think he played outside linebacker that whole game, which obviously you're going to put him at where you want him at.
Yeah, you want to see what he's got.
But once you get into the regular season, you're going to be able to move him around.
I'm having nightmares as a Michigan fan thinking about that Georgia defense.
Yeah.
That defense was insane.
Yeah. Who do you guys get?
I like your pick, though. I like your pick. All right, well, I think I went basic. I don't think you went basic at all. I don't think it's anyone other than Aiden Hutchinson. I really don't. You're going to see the rookie sack record broke. I think
you're making me look a lot less biased here.
When I tell you I love this guy, He is the complete package. Like I said, he was my number 1 pick. The fact that Jacksonville didn't take him, I thought was, and no disrespect to Walker here, but the fact that Jacksonville didn't take him, I was very, very surprised. I remember texting you and saying, "Holy cow, you got your boy."
I think it was just the simple fact that, I don't know, I didn't hear it much before the draft, but I mean, Hutchinson's the hometown guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's saying that, he wants to fall lines? He said after draft he wants to fall lines. Whether there's truth to that, who knows? Every player says that about the team they drafted too.
Right.
But I mean, you want a guy that's surefire, all in on you guys, which I believe Hutchinson would have been. If he'd have been drafted at Jacksonville, he'd have been all in on Jacksonville. But you don't want a guy that's going to leave,
Yeah.
They're looking for a guy that's going to be there forever. You guys took a chance on me at number 1. That's what
completely. I look at like I said, Aiden Hutchinson. I compare him a lot to the Bosa brothers. I think I compare him more to Nick Bosa. He's got the same thing. Do I think he's going to be better? Who knows?
He's got a motor that doesn't
He's got the
stop.
motor exactly that doesn't stop. He's got the moves. He's got every aspect that he can have. So I really like Aiden Hutchinson. And I think he wins by a landslide.
I gotta say, I agree. I got Aiden Hutchinson here. Favoritism, yes. Also a real chance, absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, Vegas odds favorite. It's boring. My picks are boring, but it's what I truly believe. Not only is he just the like TT said, the complete package. He's exactly what the Lions needed.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
defensive
He's in a
line's gonna
position
be
of need.
nasty.
He's gonna be he's gonna contribute right away. It's not gonna be get him in here or there. Like, no, he's gonna be the guy on that defensive line.
Yeah, I agree.
And they have a good defensive line going. We had Charles Harris last year, came out of nowhere. He's back. He had a monster year. But I mean,
What's the other guy you have?
Wow.
Okora?
yeah, yep.
Okora?
Yeah.
You still have, they got rid
We
of
have
Trey
two of
Flowers.
them.
You have both of them.
Romeo and
Julian
Julian.
and Romeo?
Yep. Aquara.
Out of Notre Dame, right?
Yeah, I believe. I don't know if they both are, but I know Julian is for sure. But
They started showing out. They showed out.
I mean, they're athletes. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Hutchinson. Everything I've heard out of training camp, he's a monster. He had, I believe they said, he just straight up. So this is just a little tidbit I heard out of training camp. He had Taylor Decker, who was a phenomenal lineman.
Great lineman.
He had him beat off the line immediately, and then Sewell. who
Okay,
was-
Panay, who was
Don't get me started on him. I can go on forever. He is
that man's a monster.
the man.
The monster.
He had him grasping for air. They said, like, just missed completely.
There's I put Panay on my top 5.
Yeah. So yeah, I went Hutchinson as well. I do think that he's in the best situation to exceed.
Yeah.
He's gonna be, like I said, he's gonna be a contributor day one. That he's Dan Campbell's type of guy. He's got the motor. He's got the drive. He's got.
You got the coach with it, like you said. He's Dan Campbell's guy. You think Dan Campbell is not going to be hyping him up? You used to watch Harbaugh warm his quarterbacks up. I'm looking at Dan Campbell, who's probably going to be headbutting Aiden Hutchinson with his helmet on.
Kneecaps out there, dude.
Right.
He
Unreal.
said, "This is quote from Dan Campbell. We're gonna drag you to the deep end for as long as it takes to bury you." I don't know what that means, but that's what he said. I don't know if you bury someone underwater, but
Dan Campbell gets me hyped.
you know what? Maybe he just meant take him out there for as long as you can until situation happens, and then he'll go bury him. I don't know, but he's the man. Yeah. So that's our picks. I agree with your guys' picks. I went a different direction than you on offensive, different direction than you on defensive.
Yeah.
But I think all of the picks right there are
Can I throw an honorable
absolutely
mention out?
going. Yeah, go ahead with your honorable mention.
So this is just coming off today.
Yeah.
You see what Davis did to that offensive lineman today?
Yeah, push him back like 10 yards in like
So,
2 seconds.
yeah.
I don't think Davis wins it.
I think if Davis had 40 yards of space pushing that guy, he would have pushed him in like a 6'2", 40-yard dash.
Oh, 100%.
He had that guy gliding.
I thought it was Travis Kelce, or not Travis Kelce, Jason
Kelce,
Kelce at
yeah,
first.
Yeah.
I was like, no, wait, did he just put? It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a rookie center. But
Jimmy
still,
Davis
you don't
and-
make the NFL game push like that.
No.
You got to have some kind of,
Unless you're up against Jordan Davis. I mean,
I watched-
What's the guy's? What's his stature?
Jordan Davis?
Yeah. How
Probably
big
like
is he?
6'7", 350.
He is 6'6", 340. You were close, very close actually. 6'6", 340 pounds.
He's
Do you-
strong.
Have you guys seen that play where he chased down that running back?
Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks because he's a defensive tackle, so I don't see him getting the sacks that Aiden Hutchinson is going to make, or he's not. He's going to make some tackles, but you're a D tackle. You don't sit there and make every play like a DN does, kind of, if you get what I'm saying. So I don't think he does it, but the kid's he's a force to be reckoned with.
He's a monster.
He's a force to be reckoned with.
So, we don't only talk about rookies around here. We gotta move on to who we think. It can be a vet. It can be someone that's pretty early in the league. Let's talk about these breakout players, boys. Let's go breakout players right now. Austin, go ahead and tee us off right here.
So my guy's he's kind of got to sink or swim. He's gotta be able to go play, and I'm going Tua. He's got everything he needs. He either has a big season and he's done. I mean, he's got the weapons. He's got Hill, Waddle, and they picked up Cedric Wilson from the Cowboys, who I love. And then he also has running backs with Chase Edmonds and Mostert. They got Sony Michel, Miles Gaskins.
Deep running back group.
So, I mean, yeah, he's got all the weapons he needs. I could see him honestly going for the MVP if he plays the way he did in Alabama.
Take his temperature real quick. You're staying in division again?
I was wondering.
Yeah,
you
I
running
was
a
wondering.
fever over there?
Yeah, my division.
You've gone
is-
everything
Yeah.
against the
What else,
Patriots.
what else
It's kinda
about
crazy.
Tua here?
He's just, I think he's got to take off.
I'll agree. I think this is his make or break year. I
It
think
is.
that they're just
It has to be.
they're in now mode. You go out and get Tyreek Hill, you're in now mode.
Yeah.
So that is a now mode too, and I think he can have an above average year this year. And then you look at it next year, and he might take a year or two. I think that connection with Jalen Waddle he's already got.
Yeah.
100%.
He's got to be better than above average. I'm looking for
Exactly.
great.
I think he does. I think he does have a year where everyone's going to start realizing who Tua really is. He's an accurate quarterback, and yeah, we saw some bad throws last year, but he didn't have Tyreek Hill.
No. And
You can literally throw the ball 60 yards downfield, and Tyreek Hill will just find it.
We're talking about the 5th pick of the draft. I don't want above average in this year.
No,
No.
100%.
He's
I
giving the
completely
weapons.
agree that.
You give him
But-
the weapons, it's now.
Yeah.
You show us what you got.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they
I
just
hope
use
that's
Hill. I think they use Hill in different ways than the Chiefs did. I think they put him in the backfield. I think they
Little
line him up
Debo,
at slot. They put him up. Yep.
little Debo Samuel action.
Yep.
I
Exactly.
can see that.
Yeah.
If he's okay with it. A lot of these receivers might not want to take all those hits.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do. I mean,
I heard that Debo was a rumor where he said he didn't want to play running back at all. He said that was a lie.
Yeah.
He said that he's like,
he's the
I
team.
think any football player wants the ball in his hands. And
Yeah.
wants to do
that's
something
kind of what I was
with
thinking
it.
too. Why would you not want to touch the ball?
So
I
Hill you
get
can
health
do that
wise.
with,
Yeah.
but you look at that running back core. I don't know if they line him up at running back because they got Chase
Yeah,
Edmonds,
they
Raheem
do.
Mostert, Miles Gaskin, Sony Michel.
They have speed. Imagine playing with them in Madden. It's going to be insane.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be nuts.
And the defense too, man.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I like
TZ.
that pick.
TZ, who do you got?
Let's hear it.
This isn't biased. This is real.
All right.
Isaiah Simmons
You're going defensive side of the ball.
has to. I mean, absolutely
Jesus.
has to have a breakout year.
Yeah.
Has to have a breakout year.
What year is he now?
Year 3.
This is the year.
Yeah.
Year three is the year where
Contract still.
players either who they are or they show what they can be.
So with Isaiah Simmons, rookie year, obviously we didn't get to see him play. I don't know if it was Vance Joseph didn't think he was ready or he just doesn't like rookies.
So he wasn't injured. He just didn't play.
No, he just didn't play. And last year he showed a lot of glimpses, but he also showed a lot of plays where I was like, Simmons.
Lackluster plays.
Simmons. Simmons.
Yeah.
And I gave him the benefit of the doubt because he was moving to inside linebacker, which necessarily he hasn't played a lot of inside linebacker.
Right.
And I also gave it the benefit of the doubt because last year he had a safety net in Jordan Hicks. Jordan Hicks had a great season. No one understands how good of a season Jordan Hicks had. We were going to trade him before the season because we went and drafted Zaven Collins.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
And then Jordan Hicks goes out and shows out.
Yeah, what a player.
Zaven Collins sits the whole year.
Lit a fire under his ass.
So we don't have that safety net anymore. Isaiah Simmons, who I obviously, the dude can post a tweet, and I'm probably one of the first people to watch it or read it.
Yeah.
And he absolutely has to not lead our defense. I don't think he's the type of player that leads a defense. Vance Joseph needs to realize with Isaiah Simmons, let him go ball out.
Yep.
He's that type of player. So last week in training camp, they had him playing safety, slot corner. They had him playing outside linebacker. They were
He does.
finally doing it.
I wanted the Lions to get him so bad.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
pounding the table.
I think
texted you
everybody.
right away.
You texted me. You said you just got the steal of the draft,
Yeah.
and I think
I
everybody
might come
wanted
back
him.
to this year, but we'll see.
I think everybody
Hopefully
wanted him
he does
for
it.
sure. He's a freak of nature athlete. Like I said, he showed a lot of glimpses last year. And if you let him just ball out and don't make him think that he has to be team captain and control the defense, I think Isaiah Simmons will be. I think he could be a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
I do. I think he's going to be Defensive Player of the Year. No, not at all. He's got a lot still to make up.
Yeah.
But I think he has to have a breakout year. I think he does. I've been watching him work. I've been watching him do a lot of things. So I really
Yeah.
he has to. Otherwise, I don't know what to do with him anymore.
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat with mine. Sticking with my Lions. I said at the beginning it's going to be a trend. Here's why. Jared Goff has to break out.
Yeah.
He is at the point now where I don't even know what he has to do this year, but he has to go off. Because the Lions, they're in a place right now where they're young.
Yeah.
They don't want to have a vet quarterback. Build with a new quarterback. They're right there. They're going to probably be picking in the top 10 of the draft. Who knows? Who knows what they'll be? They have 2 first-round picks, so they can trade up and get whoever they want if they're in that 15-1 range.
Yep.
But Jared Goff has to break out, and here's why I think he will. During the season last year, he started out the year terribly. I mean, let's just call it as it is. You watched him. This is the first time in my life I was turning off Lions games at halftime, which towards the end of the year was a bad call because those guys were coming back all the time, getting real close. But he started out the year in the first 8 games, throwing 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's just not going to cut it in this league. That's not going to cut it for the Lions, a team that's known for losing. That's not going to happen. We're tired of it.
Yeah.
As a fan base, we're tired of it. As a team, they're tired of it. Jared Goff is tired of it. I've heard what he's been talking about this year. I've heard what they're saying about him. But let me just skip past that. Let's stick with last year. After that 8 games, they switched offensive coordinator play calling duties to Dan Campbell, and now our new offensive coordinator starting this year, Ben Johnson.
Who was it before?
I don't remember. It was what's his name?
It wasn't Jim Bob.
No, it was not Jim Bob. Jim Bob Cooter.
That was
Besides the point. After that, the last 5 games of the season, he only played 5 more games. He had a few injuries. I believe he had COVID one of the times. Of those 5 games, he threw 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Do you want to point out what game?
Yeah, he dog walked the Cardinals.
That hurt.
Yeah, he dog walked the Cardinals.
That hurt.
Yeah. But here's why I think it's going to be so much better too. Not only when Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell started calling plays, which they're doing again this year to start the year, he has weapons. Cephas is back. He had a little injury scare, hurt is nothing serious. He's been, back and forth. He's been waiting to go back, but it's not anything serious. He shouldn't miss time.
Shout out Scotty Boy.
Yep, shout out Wisconsin right there. He has Amon-Ra St. Brown. Where did he come from last year? Exploded second half of the year.
Yeah.
Half the reason why Goff has these stats. Then they have Josh Reynolds, who they went and signed last year.
Okay.
At some point in the season last year, who is a monster. They have that Rams connection. They played the Rams together.
Yep.
There was I was watching a clips. They were doing sound bites from the season last year, and he threw across the middle pass to Josh Reynolds, and they met on the sidelines. He said, "I felt like old times. We're with the Rams together." And then they go get Jameson Williams in the draft. Then they go get DJ Chark in free agency, who is having an insane training camp.
Speed.
He moved up to number 1 on the depth chart
too.
already, basically.
Speed.
Exactly. So all those additions, Jared Goff, your time is now. You got TJ Hawkinson. You have an offensive line. We've been building an offensive line. It's here. We're healthy. TJ Hawkinson, all the receivers I just named.
D Swift.
Yep.
I think you can
running backs. You got Swift. You got Williams. They wouldn't just sign Justin Jackson. They have Craig Reynolds. The time is now. If you're gonna break out, it's now. Otherwise, they're gonna move on.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go get one of those Stroud. They're gonna go get Bryce Young. They're going to get someone like that. And Goff is playing for his career in Detroit this year, and I think he can do it. I do.
Can I ask you a question about that though?
Go ahead.
If he doesn't pan out, I heard a rumor. How would you feel about Jimmy G?
But not like that.
No.
It's a lateral move.
It's a lot of money too.
You're making sense. Jimmy G, whatever he wins, but he is a check down. He's don't take a crazy shot.
Yep.
We're not good enough to not take crazy shots.
I agree with
we
that.
We have to be that team. That
you're looking at the
ball.
same type of player.
Exactly. We've never been good enough to be that team plays it safe. Let's go get a 4-yard check down. Because guess what? Maybe now we are, but back in the day we couldn't run the ball. We can run the ball now with that offensive line.
Yeah.
But I want a guy that's going to go out there and sling it. Jared Goff, go out there and sling it this year. You have the weapons. You have the team around you. You have maybe not all the support of the fans, but I've seen a lot of people drinking that Kool-Aid, and I'm one of them. I think Jared Goff breaks out this year. And
you have a top 10 offensive line in the league.
We do.
I really think so.
We do.
And,
absolutely.
And just
we'll see if it pans out. I'm not over here. I'm not super biased, but everything I've said, I've supported and I've shown why. Offensive coordinator change, weapons, confidence. Jared Goff is where people want him. He is wanted. And you saw the confidence second half of the year last year, last 5 games. I'm expecting a huge breakout year for Jared Goff.
Do you want to go through second of it?
I can.
Go ahead.
This one, I'm going to build off of yours, where you said Tua because he got that weapon, Tyreek Hill, right?
Yep.
I'm going MVS for the Chiefs.
I like that.
Taking that speed position on the Chiefs. Because the Chiefs, who are they going with out there? Who's their one receiver right now?
It would have to be Juju.
Pringle's gone.
Pringle's gone. He's with Chicago.
It would be Juju. It would be Sky Moore. Or it would be MVS.
Nicole Hardman, right?
Yeah, I mean they got weapons, but I'm just saying I see MVS finally in an offense where he fits.
Yeah.
Anyone fits with Aaron Rodgers. They'll make plays.
Yeah.
But I mean, how do you not make plays with Aaron Rodgers?
Right.
But I mean, he's moving on to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
But guess what? They're gonna take those shots to him.
His
speed is gonna be used.
You gotta do something. You've played with two of the best quarterbacks in your generation. You absolutely have to do something. If you can't succeed with Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he had stats with Aaron Rodgers. He had the dropsies here and there.
Yeah, if he can slide into that Tyreek Hill role, I expect him to have a huge leap this year and establish himself in this league as a receiver that is dangerous.
Yeah.
He can take the top off. He had a little bit of dropping issues, but that's my second breakout player.
I like
MVS, the Chiefs. I'm rooting for you. Let's see it.
He's got the skills, but I still think Kelsey leads the team in reception.
For sure.
Well,
Kelsey's
top. Oh, yeah. That's just because of the relationship him and Patty have.
Yeah.
But Kelsey's not going to get those speed routes.
No.
Yeah,
No, he's not going to get those fly routes. So, you just made a point. Anyone could be good with Aaron Rodgers, right? Well, my second breakout player is Allen Lazard.
Yep.
Allen Lazard, you got my respect this year. I watched the video already, and
where he mossed Jair,
and then there was another one where I watched, and I love Aaron Rodgers, guys. Huge fan of Rodgers. I think he's one of the most talented arms of all time.
I'm just kidding. He's
I don't know, maybe I'll send you the video of it. Him and Aaron Rodgers have a handshake already. They're in practice, and they have a connection already.
If Aaron Rodgers likes him, he'll last.
So I'm going to get into it more, but Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback. What more do you really have to do?
Yeah.
You run a good route, Aaron Rodgers is going to put the ball wherever you want it. And last year you saw a lot of build-up with Allen Lazard. I feel like the Packers had some injury problems. Allen Lazard stepped up, and I thought he really made some good catches. He's a big physical guy, I think. He can go up and get the ball.
Yeah.
He kind of, I wouldn't say he's like Devontae Adams, but he kind of has that like skill asset of Devontae Adams, if you kind of see what I'm saying.
It'd be hard to replicate. That's all.
Right. I don't think he can do exactly what Devontae Adams has, but the reason I picked him as my breakout player was because someone's got to take over in Green Bay. They're not a running team. Aaron Jones shouldn't be leading that league in receptions or receiving yards. It's got to be someone. I don't think it's going to be Sammy Watkins. That guy's hurt every other game now. It's not Randall Cobb. That guy's...
Sammy Watkins has a lot to prove.
Right.
Sure.
It's not going to be Randall Cobb. Watson, I mean, it could be still rookie. They might work him in somewhat slow.
I think his last name is Dobbs.
Dobbs.
Yeah.
Or Amari Rodgers, they have two. I don't think it's any of them. I think it's Allen Lazard.
I think it is as well.
I think it's Allen Lazard, and I think he's going to shred. I think he's absolutely going to shred.
I think he's going to have a good year. He tore up my Lions last year in one game. He had 2 touchdowns on us. Game we won. We did win it.
But I really do. I like that pick. He's a good route runner. And like I said, you got Rodgers as a quarterback.
Body. He's a big body.
Yeah.
Just got to catch the ball. I mean, the Africans will put it there. You just got to catch the ball.
Exactly. And I think he has solid hands. Very
Rodgers
solid
will
hands.
get the ball around him. Just you do your job.
So I watched telecast, or not telecast. It was like a big interview with Aaron Rodgers last year, and they asked him. They said, "Rodgers, do you guys have signs for your quarterback or like for your wide receivers?" And he kind of was like, "They just kind of know. They kind of know when I look at them. Like, yo, do this."
Yeah.
I mean,
And he's really the only receiver that I could see that having that same connection with Rodgers because of
being a receiver for Aaron Rodgers might be the easiest job in the NFL.
Yeah.
Let me just put that out there. It might be the easiest job in the NFL.
And that's why
you got receiver for Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah.
Punter.
Yeah.
That's the order.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean,
Allen Lazard, prove me right.
Yeah. So mine I felt a little bit better about before the news came out today. It's Jameis Winston. He did tweak his foot a little bit today. Initially they thought it was his ankle, but I guess it is his foot, and they're hoping that he's not going to miss any time, but
it's thought not to be serious.
Yeah.
It's thought not to be serious.
But this is another guy like Tua that has all the positions he needs. A good O-lineman. He has one of the best utility backs in the league. He has Michael Thomas, who was arguably the best wide receiver in the league before he was out.
My biggest fantasy bust ever.
Yeah.
Last year?
Yeah. No, like I don't know. That's like 2 years, 3 years it could have been. I don't know.
He needs a bounce back season to say the least. And then they went out and got Chris Olave as well, which was arguably one of the best wide receivers coming out. Anytime you had college football on, his name would just always come up.
One of the crispiest slant routes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Ohio State team was nuts. 42-27.
I'm glad to see them gone.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see them gone. But you're Ohio State, man. You get everybody you want.
Yeah, and they just re-upped. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then not to mention they have Juice Landry as well, who's coming back home, who wants to make a statement. And
That is where he ended up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good call.
And then
Went back home.
Good call.
And then Jameis Winston last season was 5-2 before he went out. He had 14 touchdowns and 2 or 3 picks.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's obviously becoming a lot smarter with the football.
I mean, he's a 40-plus touchdown guy a year. He might throw 30 interceptions, but I mean, I don't know how many times he's thrown 40 touchdowns. I'm just saying that guy is a monster.
Was he drafted one?
stats-wise.
He was drafted one, right?
I don't know. Did he go number 1 overall?
To Tampa?
He might have. I can fact check it. Go ahead, Austin. Keep going.
But yeah, so this guy, I think he has potential to get MVP.
Yep, number 1.
He's got all positions he needs, offensive line, one on the
MVP
Saints
potential.
Yeah, so
Let me just throw something out there, just food for thought here. Who'd you say they just went and signed?
Juice Landry,
Yeah. So who's also a free agent still?
OBJ,
Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Where they both play in college?
LSU,
Louisiana.
Do you know who else is on that team that went to LSU? The Honey Badger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, bring them LSU boys back.
I got a question for you.
Let's see it.
Is this a make or break season for him?
No. I think
You don't
he was
think so?
good enough last season that they still.
I think he is who he is. You know,
Yeah.
there's no make or break for him. It's just he
Okay.
just keeps getting his shots. He just keeps getting his chances, and and I personally think he's played well enough to continue to get chances.
He's
I
today's
mean,
Brett Favre.
you're trying to tell me Mitch Trubisky's a starter still?
Yeah, it was
And
really-
Jameis can't be? Jameis the guy that can get you 35, 40 touchdowns a year?
Yeah.
He's today's Brett Favre.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's as good as Brett Favre. Not at all. He doesn't win like Brett
Throw
Favre.
interceptions like each other. That's right.
Yeah,
But they
that's
throw
true.
touchdowns and interceptions. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's a team leader too. I mean, he does have his mistakes where he's a little bit too cocky and he does dumb stuff, but
Like his W
One of
celebration.
these.
yeah, his W and stealing crowd
Same thought
plays.
process right there. Is that what we just?
Yeah, that stuff made me cringe
Yeah.
very hard.
That was weird.
That was not a good.
That was
look.
weird.
I mean, at least it was publicly known that it was weird. Like, it wasn't like some people were like, that was awesome. Like, no, everyone was like, that was weird. Don't ever do that again.
What are you doing, James?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your hand out of your mouth.
That was. So I think next topic we have with the breakout players. Then we have the opposite side going into the bus. So TT, do you want to go with the bus?
You guys want me to lead off?
Biggest bust.
Yeah, go ahead. Be a hater. Be a hater.
My biggest bust of the year?
Yeah.
I'm staying in my division.
I think I know where you're going.
Who are you gonna say?
Who are you going to say?
Who do you think? You don't.
DK Metcalf.
No, I don't like DK. DK stats against the
Well,
Cardinals.
let me interrupt you. My bus player is DK Metcalf. And it's not at all why you think it is. I don't think DK is the problem. Who's throwing him the rock? You don't got Russell anymore.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it Drew?
But they don't
Is
want
it
to
Drew
do it.
Lock or is it Geno Smith? I don't care. I don't think either one is going to be able to do what he needs.
I don't know what they were doing.
I think
Trey
Locke
Lance,
has the
man.
arm strength to get it far enough for DK to go get.
He doesn't have it over
But
there.
here's the thing. When I say my bus players, I'm going to say guys that are absolute monsters in this league. But my idea of a bus player is someone that's been up there before. I'm not going to say a guy that's already been bad or had a low, that's not performed to his expectations. I'm not going to call him a bus player because you can't bust if you've never broke out,
Yeah.
So that's why I have DK right there.
Okay.
DK is a monster.
Yeah.
DK is a great receiver in this league. DK in about 25 other situations in this league wouldn't be on my list. But there's just some situations where he would be. And this is not a shot at DK. I wish I didn't even have his name out here. I could have put Drew Lock, but like I said, that doesn't meet my standard. Drew Lock was never good enough. Geno Smith was never good enough. I think DK Metcalf is a bust player this year, whether it be fantasy or just in the league in general, because he doesn't have that that weapon throwing him the ball.
No.
He doesn't, and it's gonna harm him, I think.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's no hate on DK. That's no hate on Seahawk fans. I'm sorry. But I just simply think DK Metcalf is going to be the one that deals with the most pain with this quarterback switch. I think he's the one that's going to have to deal with it the most. And hopefully they can keep him happy.
Yeah, I don't think he handles it well, too.
I don't think he does
He's
either.
not going to,
They locked him down for 3 more years, too.
Yeah.
So that's sorry to spoil or to take your shine, but I
No.
kind of spoiled mine. So go ahead.
I like that. I like that a lot. I wasn't expecting you to say that. Mine is staying in the NFC West, and it's Trey Lance.
Wow.
I don't think Trey Lance is anything good.
Wow.
Let me step back. I think Trey Lance is good. I think he's being rushed onto a team
Loves him.
where he shouldn't be the starter yet.
If you're going to call him one, call him it now, because now is when we're going to find out.
Yeah.
He's getting thrown into the
into the doghouse. And I got to tell you, I look at him and I watched him play last year, and yeah, he may have done a lot of work this year. He played the Cardinals last year, and he made some ugly throws.
He started against you guys, right?
Yep.
Threw his first touchdown against us, so week
Yeah,
one.
I mean, yeah, he shows his glimpses, but
Don't worry, it was a 2-yard out.
it's another guy that has the arm strength. I don't know if he has the mental capability just yet. And I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's bad at all. But what I'm saying is I think he's being rushed. And I just don't think he's going to be doing good. I think the Niners are going to finish third in that division.
Interesting.
I could see possibly Jimmy G coming in later in the season if he stays on that team.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they have him for. I don't think he will. I think I saw a report today saying they're looking to move him before August 30th.
Yeah,
I've seen
he
that.
didn't have shoulder surgery. Yeah, I think he's gone.
Yeah. So I seen that, and then I just
Hey, he might end up on the...
I feel like his only threat. I mean, Kittle last year had a lot of injuries. So, and you watched it last year in playoffs. They only used Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, I mean,
They only
that's
use
almost
Deebo
all you
Samuel.
need. That guy...
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Deebo Samuel is unreal.
Might be
But
all
you start double coveraging him, and you get some pressure on Trey Lance.
Yeah.
He's not a guy that can throw very well on the run. I watched him play, and he gets too jittery for sure. Watching him play.
Yeah.
He's young, yeah.
He can take off with the ball, though.
He can.
He can run the rock,
But
for sure.
like I said, I don't see it going anywhere special this year. It could go well in the future, but this year, I think the Niners are going to be a little bit shocked by how the season goes with Trey Lance
Do you
at
think...
the QB position.
I kind of agree with you in regards to, yes, he's practiced, yes, he's had some game, but he's basically going from low college, North Dakota State,
Yeah.
to professional football.
Yeah.
And didn't he only start like 13 games at NDSU or something? It wasn't that many, I
I
don't
believe
think.
he sat a whole season.
Yeah. He did too.
And I just, like I said,
Yeah, he went. I just looked at. That's why I looked it up. He went 19-0 there.
19 and
So he
0.
only played 19 games in college.
He didn't start all 19, did he?
Yeah, I believe so.
I would imagine.
I believe so. But they were just a powerhouse. They were
Yeah.
they were like it says
Right.
39 game winning streak. I mean,
NDSU runs that.
yeah, I mean he's a stud. Don't get me wrong. He's the reason why they have that streak as well. I mean, he's not. There's a reason why he got drafted. What, third overall?
He's a bum, yeah.
He went third overall.
Third
right?
overall, yeah.
Yeah, so
I think they jumped the
there's
gun
a
on
reason
him.
for that. But yeah, they might have jumped the gun on him. Like I said, he's going from North Dakota State practice in the pros,
Yeah.
a few games, to full-fledged starter.
Right, and I think, like I said, I think it's too early of
Tell
a
you what,
push.
though.
Too early of a push.
If he does well, he's gonna be special.
I'm biting my tongue if he does.
Yeah.
He's gonna be special.
Biting my tongue if he does. I just hear everybody talking about how he is going to be a good player. How everyone is super excited to watch him play.
Yeah, he's got the tangibles. I mean,
He does.
you look at him and you see his comparisons. You see his Patrick Mahomes comparison.
Yeah.
Where he's throwing across his body. In that highlight that he has. Where, I mean, it's
That's practice.
there's a reason why he's drafted so high.
Yeah.
These guys know stuff, and we're gonna figure out this year if they hit or miss. That's for sure. I think that's a good pick.
Personally, I hope
We'll
they
see.
miss.
For your division, yeah. I don't. We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, we will see. Austin, go ahead.
So mine, I hate to say this, it's not my division, but I think this guy just has too tough of a division to keep up. And it's Russell Wilson. I think him
Wow.
losing Tim Patrick, and with the Seahawks, he had some of the best weapons, so he kind of had it easy, but I just think he's not going to be able to keep up with Derek Carr, Patrick Mahomes, and Justin Herbert.
I saw a
I
report.
like that you threw Carr in there.
Saw a report come out today that They said any fan of the Broncos that's been to any of the practices and says that Russell Wilson's been anything short of underwhelming is lying. So he's been very underwhelming so far, according to fan articles.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that division is it's going to be a shootout every game.
Yeah,
AFC West.
That division is unreal.
Yeah.
I thought the
fun to
NFC
watch.
West was hard, watching all those teams play, and you just took the best quarterback in our division, and you moved him over to a division with
that division is going to be the best division in football.
with four
One
of the
them.
top. You could put 4 of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, and they're all in that same division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them and the Bengals division and all them, those divisions are tough.
Yeah,
They are tough. Good thing they're all in the AFC.
yeah,
Keep them away.
that sucks for you, man.
Yeah, the division is definitely on the up and coming. But yeah, I think he's just getting old, and I don't know. I just can't see him.
I'm surprised by that pick. I'm a little shell shocked.
I know. He's a Wisconsin boy. I mean, I hate to say it, but
And
Not even that. I look at the team he has, and
he was your Seahawks guy until he's gone. You just turned your back on him that quick.
yeah, Broncos country. Let's ride.
That's right.
That's right.
Dude, that shit was bad.
You know, Tim Patrick was one of my breakout players. I thought he was gonna have a great season. I thought he was gonna be Russell's favorite
he's good.
decision.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
mean,
that's sad.
One of these times, Jerry Judy's got to break out, right?
Yeah.
mean,
I think this is his make or break season. We're talking about make or break seasons.
I
It's
saw a
Jerry Jeudy.
montage on Twitter of him, like a 1.5-minute video of him just dropping passes wide open.
Jeez.
And I just couldn't believe it. I had no idea. I don't follow him that close. The only reason why I would is because he's on my fantasy team.
I
Otherwise,
follow him closely.
Yeah, you went to
I follow him very closely. I
Bama. He was in the stack for them.
dude, he's been a disappointment so far. I would say.
Between that and losing Noah Fant too, I think it's going to be.
Yeah, where did he go?
He's with Seahawks.
See, that's what I
He
thought.
went in that Drew Lock trade.
So, my next bust player. Sorry, Austin. I'm going Tyreek Hill because I don't think it's fair to give DK all that about his quarterback and not go ahead and double down. I think Tyreek Hill's in the same situation. I know Tua's your guy that you picked, but I don't think Tua's the guy. Maybe I'm wrong, but we talk about their speed. We talk about their wide receivers, how many weapons he has. It doesn't matter if you can't get the ball to where they are.
Yeah.
If they're out running your throws all day and you're underthrowing things, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yes, they have weapons. Tua can have a monster year. I just don't think he does. And I think that affects Tyreek Hill because I think Tyreek Hill thinks he's going to go in there and be the same thing he was. But you don't have Patrick Mahomes there.
Yeah.
You're not going to play the same position you did in Kansas City because guess what? They already have Jalen Waddle doing what you did.
Yeah.
He didn't do it to the extent that Tyreek Hill did. Tyreek Hill's a monster. Tyreek Hill had his times.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But let's be real. I mean, Jalen Waddle, what a monster he was last year. And, that's why I think their weapons are there. I just don't think Tua is. And I think that with Waddle there, with the weapons they have around him, with Tua as his quarterback, I think Tyreek Hill has a huge disappointment of a year.
They talk about Tua being the most accurate quarterback in the NFL, they say. I've heard that a lot. I don't know if you guys have heard that at all.
Almost what?
One of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL.
Accurate? Yeah, maybe accurate, but if
But
you
the
can't
thing
throw it
is,
deep enough, it doesn't
I was going to
matter.
say, you can't throw it deep enough. You're looking at a guy who, it's Tyreek Hill. The guy is the fastest guy in the NFL, probably.
Yeah.
You have Jalen Waddle, who's the other fastest guy in the NFL. Like you said, Jalen Waddle's already locked in that position. You already committed
You
to him.
have that weapon.
Right.
already.
And Tyreek Hill is a small guy that doesn't like to take hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna find out how good Tua is this season.
Yeah, but he's got it. He's got the chance. But yeah, Tyreek Hill's my guy. You guys got another one?
I have one more. And I don't know if this is necessarily a bust player. But I think this season right now is the downfall of his career. And it's Ezekiel Elliott.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Downfall of
I've
his career.
The downfall of his career. Last season, he rushed for 1,002 yards. The season before, he rushed for 947 yards. This year, I will be surprised if he cracks 900.
I mean, he's got Pollard in his backfield with him. Pollard,
And that's what this is. This is Pollard's year. Pollard is taking over that team, and we're going to see Tony Pollard show. Tony Pollard is a monster.
He's good.
I love watching that guy play.
Yeah.
Love
Very
watching
good.
him play.
Very good.
Zeke comes in looking like me every offseason.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just me too fancy at the
if
point.
you're the Cowboys, you got to be tired of it.
Yeah.
You don't see him eating anymore, right? He
Yeah.
doesn't. if you watch Ezekiel the last 2 years, it doesn't look like he has the strive to play anymore. It doesn't look like he has that eating mode anymore. And I feel like, I don't know how many fumbles. I didn't necessarily check the fumble rate, but I feel like a lot of the times, I feel like he has a little bit of a fumbling problem. I watched him fumble against the Cardinals twice in one game. Well, not last year. It might have been the year before. But anyways, I think this is it for him.
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so. I've always never really been huge on Ezekiel. It might be because he's an Ohio State boy. But I've always given him his respect. But this year, I really think this is the downfall of Zeke's career. I really think that he's done for.
Let me just point one thing out, though. I think you were a year too soon on the fumbling. He fumbled once last year.
Okay.
Fumbled 5 times the year before.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
5 years,
So he did have
5 times, because 2 of them were against the Cardinals.
Yeah, I mean, they could be.
2 of them were against the Cardinals. I remember that because we blew them out, I think, on Thursday night or Sunday night. It was a primetime game, and we blew them out.
Yeah.
And I remember that. Because I believe that was also the game they didn't have Dak, if I remember right. So, or that could have been the year before, but I think his time is almost up. I think running backs are almost a dying breed in the NFL.
Yeah.
They last a few years now.
That's going along with my last bust as well, is Leonard Fournette.
Okay.
And showing up at 260 the way he runs is just not going to be maintainable for him.
That's tough.
They're giving Cheeseburger Eddie vibes.
Yeah, exactly. And look what happened to him. He died off in
That season.
Yeah.
He lost a bonus because of his weight.
Yeah.
And you watch 2 guys come in looking like me. Like I said, looking like me. 260 is heavier than me. You know? I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't see him do it all season.
Well, we can't say negative the whole time. We can't stick to just single players the whole time. Now we got to talk about everything we've been talking about, who's strung it together the best, who's ready to take that next step. Let's go with Breakout Teams. TT, go ahead, let us know.
Number 1, my Wisconsin boy, W's up. Jonathan Taylor is going to lead the Colts to playoffs this year.
That's who I took as well.
The Colts.
I also took the Indianapolis Colts.
Hey, let's go.
Unreal team, right?
If Matty Ice can still do it, I think he can take them deep in the playoffs.
You get Darius Leonard.
Yep.
DeForest Buckner.
Yep.
Yeah.
You bring in Stephon Gilmore, who, I get it, last year had a lot of, was out for 6 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore, still Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
He's still one of the best corners in the league.
Yep.
That was one thing they were missing, Isaiah Rodgers. You got Rocky Sin, who really started showing up.
Rocky Sin, is he still there?
Rocky Sin is still there, I believe.
Unique Ngakwe as well.
Yeah, Ngakwe. And that's just on the defensive side.
Kenny Moore.
You move, or Kenny Moore. Kenny Moore's a
Rocky
monster.
Sin is now on the Raiders.
He is on the Raiders?
I thought he left, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, I'm wrong there.
So we do on this podcast here, we fact check. Don't get it twisted.
on me.
Mo Alley Cox came on late season as
Mo
well.
Alley Cox definitely showed up.
Let me say this. Has there ever been an MVP that's been more disrespected or forgot about than Matt Ryan?
Yeah.
That was
He
my
gets
next
the
thing.
most hate, and he won an
Because he-
MVP.
That was
he did
my-
joke against Patriots.
That was next. Moving to that offensive side of the ball.
I don't think I'm ready to be this dramatic yet.
No,
But I think there's a lot of people here that think Derrick Henry's reign might be up. And I think there's only one person that could take that spot, and that's Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Yep, Wisconsin. We saw him do it in college. He moved on to the pros.
He doesn't stop. His legs
King
don't stop.
Henry
moving.
is King Henry. He
King
is
Henry
who
is-
he is.
Yeah.
But guess what? Running backs don't last that long in this league. and
Would you argue
the torch is
that?
fast.
Would you argue the Colts have the best offensive line in the league?
Oh yeah.
It's up there. I mean,
Quentin Nelson is the best offensive lineman. That guy's a freak of nature.
Yeah, it's up there. I mean, there's a lot of.
He screams as he's running at you. They say.
No, he's nuts.
But
Notre
then-
Dame guy.
Right, and then Michael Pittman really showed out last year.
Yeah.
Michael Pittman really showed out last year. And I think it does also have a lot to do with Matt Ryan this year.
Yeah.
And like I said, like Ross just said, Matt Ryan is very disrespected. And people are saying that he was a big problem in Atlanta. What did he have to work with in Atlanta?
Yeah, right.
I mean, his best
You know what I'm
wide
saying?
receiver was
He's not a mobile quarterback, and they didn't give him
Right.
the time of day.
Right. So, I mean,
I'm right there with you. Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
I think that they take the year. I've always loved their defense.
Listen to the schedule though. Houston, Jacksonville, Kansas City, Tennessee, Jacksonville again, Tennessee, Washington. I think they lose maybe 1 and 2 of those games, but they
The only one I
they
see is
out
maybe Casey.
7
But they have the defense to stop
5 and
KC.
2.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's a favorable schedule.
Yeah.
They're possibly in the worst division in football.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Possibly the worst division of
I
football.
mean,
Jacksonville.
you got Jacksonville. You know, they did beat them last year to keep them out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whatever the heck happened there.
Yeah.
But I mean, anything can happen. Any given Sunday, Thursday, whatever days they plan on, one days.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can almost chalk up the Jacksonville Jaguars as 2 wins for them.
Yeah.
You don't want to be disrespectful in this league. They're all professionals. They all do what they got to do.
Yeah.
But let's just call it as it is. They're not as good as the Colts. The Colts should be able to win those games. That's 2 wins right there.
Yeah.
You just mentioned.
I checked last week and I haven't heard any update on T.Y. Hilton either. Colts legend. And I think he still has a little bit of ball left in him. He can still run that drag route as best as it comes.
By the way, it's Shaq Leonard now.
Shaq
Shaquille Leonard.
That's right. I did say Darius.
Yeah.
That's 2 mess ups.
He doesn't go by Darius. He goes by Shaquille now because his family has always called him that. He
Yeah.
just in the NFL just goes by his actual name that's down there, but he never has gone by that. That's like me going by a whole different name. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully Paris Campbell comes on along with that team too. That's great
And
speed. Great speed.
even if Matty Ice takes a step back, I mean, they still have Nick Foles, Nick Foles is a little sketchy.
You get to the
but,
playoffs, you put Nick Foles in, you're good.
Yeah. And then they also signed Philip Lindsay, which is a good
Nick Foles,
down back.
another Scotty boy, Jack Cohn.
Yeah, Jack Cohn, man.
Yeah.
It's a Notre Dame guy. Don't get it twisted.
no, I'm sorry.
They all
no.
pick the same breakout team. That's
Yeah.
funny.
You guys thought I wasn't going to be biased? I'm being biased, baby. Detroit Lions.
I felt it coming.
But here's the
Felt
thing.
it coming.
I know they're in every single one of my categories, but you go and watch Hard Knocks. You watch what they do this year, and I'm telling you, you're going to believe the same thing. They finished the year last year 3-3. That's their only 3 wins, by the way. They finished the year 3-3. And do I think they're going to be contenders? No. Do I think they're going to contend for the division? No. Do I think that they're going to win more games than everyone else thinks? Yeah, I do.
I see them doubling at least.
Vegas has them at 6.5. Not only do I think they're going to be a breakout team, I'm hammering that line because they're going to win 8 games. I'll call it now. 7 or 8 games.
I see it.
They're hitting the over.
I see it.
They're my breakout team. Not because I'm biased, because I see what Dan Campbell is building. I see what those draft picks are building. I see the vision. I hear the players. I am as plugged in as many people. I mean, there's not many people that watch as much Lions propaganda as I do. They are legit this year a team to watch out for because they have that drive. I will, right here, I'm calling it. I'm going to put a soundbite in here of Jamal Williams' speech today at the end of practice.
Do not give up. Do not feel like you're tired. When you tired, think of last year and think of that record. Every time I get tired or I think I can't go no more, I think of that record. Last year wasn't it. That ain't us. We can make it. Have some heart. I get emotional about this. I'm about to cry because I care about y'all. Do your best. Let's go. Lions on 3. 1, 2, 3. Lions.
This man started crying in his speech today because of how passionate he is. He said, I'm crying right now because of how much I care about y'all. And I'm going to soundbite it in here, so you're going to see a little delay. I'm going to put it in here. You're going to hear the passion right there, and that's the whole team. Tune into Hard Knocks. Come back to me before you start hating on me in the comments. I promise you, you'll have a different vision on the Lions this year. If you think that they're going to be bottom feeders like they always are, no chance. That's my breakout team.
It's not my breakout team. I'm going to just tee off a little bit on it. I see it. I see it at 6.5.
The fighting Dan Campbells.
I see it a lot. I don't know, like you said, I don't think you win the division. I don't think you
We're
make
not winning
playoffs.
the division. We're not making the playoffs. We're
Right.
not winning a Super
Right.
Bowl. But we're going to be much, much improved. That defense
Very
much
improved. And like you said, like we talked about earlier, it all has to go with if Jared Goff is going to do it or not.
Yeah.
And he's got the weapons now. He's
How can I have
got
him as
the
my
weapons.
breakout player and not have the Lions as my breakout team, you know?
I see it.
It all starts right there. Starts at the helm.
Do you want me to go?
There you go.
So my second breakout team. Seeing off what you said earlier, you remember how you picked Jameis Winston?
Yeah.
Yeah, I took the Saints.
Just slide it in there real
Yeah,
quick.
it's the same.
I took 6.
I took the Saints.
All right, good talk. No, I'm just kidding.
And you look at some of the additions they had this year. We talked about they bringing back the LSU boys and Jarvis Landry. You calling out OBJ bringing back, I bet he would love to play with Jarvis Landry. But do they need it? Because this receiving core that they got so far, do you guys know who Marquez Callaway is?
Yeah, absolutely. Number
He's a
1.
dog.
Didn't he wear number 1?
He wore number 1. He's a dog. I watched him preseason. I watched him last year.
Oh.
After Jameis Winston got hurt, his stats obviously dropped.
I think I picked him up in fantasy. I ended up dropping him, but
Yeah, he didn't have anyone to throw to him. Marquez Callaway is a monster. He could be up there. You got Michael Thomas. If you watch Michael Thomas's training camp videos, he looks in great shape. He looks like he's back to the old Michael Thomas. Chris Olave is a rookie. Like I said, he runs one of the crispiest slant routes I've ever watched in the game of football. He knows how to get to that spot. Then you bring in Juice Landry. You got Kamara. You got a decent offensive line. Jameis Winston 5-2 last year. If he can continue to do what he did last year, he was balling out. I see the Saints making playoffs. I don't see them winning the division with Tampa because you got Brady, the greatest winner of all time. But I really could see the Saints doing a lot this year. They bring in Eric Wilson. You got Tyrann Mathieu. You got Jordan Marcus May. You got Chauncey Gardner. You got who I think is one of the most underrated corners in the league is Marshawn Lattimore. Dennis Allen's gotta know how to control that team.
yeah.
He's gotta.
Yeah.
And I think that I think it's not a control thing, but I think it's more of
He's got the sunlight in your eyes, huh?
I think it's more of is just let him ball. Just let him ball for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
And that's my second team right there.
So my second team is also a team that I put money on to win the Super Bowl. It's not my team I think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I also got a different team that I think's going to win, and it's Los Angeles Charlie Dukes.
Ooh.
Just up and down the lineup, you just have superstars with Sebastian Joseph Day, Joey Bosa, Kenneth Lee, Khalil Mack, Asante Samuel Jr., Edwin James,
Khalil Mack, I forgot about that.
J.C.
Oh, yeah.
Jackson, who's arguably the best cornerback in the league. I'm salty we let him go.
Mr. INT.
Yeah. And then offensive side, you obviously have Keenan Allen and Justin Hood, who have an insanely good connection, and then Mike Williams as well, who stepped up last season.
You brought him back, yep.
So yeah, that's my second Breakout team.
That's a great pick. I like
Tough
that a lot.
division, but
Did we go through yours? We
Yeah.
did yours.
Yep. I started off with the Colts and I had the Saints.
Now, back to hating. We can't talk about the breakout without talking about the busts. I will start us off with this. I will be the hater to first start. I am going with the Washington Commanders. Don't forget that name, Commanders. To me, this was an easy choice. I like their defense. I like their defensive line. I think it's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Carson Wentz. I don't think Carson Wentz. I don't know if he'll stay healthy. I watched him last year with the Colts. I had high hopes for the Colts. If this would have been last year, we were doing the same podcast, I probably would have picked them as my breakout team, saying, "Oh, Carson Wentz." Same thing we're saying about Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
But I watched him. He just makes, still to this day, the stupidest throws I've seen. One where he's falling in the back of his end zone and he just tosses one up, and it's like the guy intercepts it on the 2-yard line. It's like, with the game on the line, I'm pretty sure. But it's just, I just don't believe in Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz is the reason why they're going to not do well this year. I believe they made the playoffs last year, no?
It might have made the wild card.
I believe they made the wild card. I can
The Skins?
fact check that.
Or Commanders?
Damn.
Yeah.
Edit that out.
Nah, that's fine. Yeah, I believe they made it last year. Did they not?
I don't think it was the year before, wasn't it?
Well, regardless, I think that they do not do well. Yeah, 2020, January 2021.
Well, Taylor Heineke, remember he
Yeah,
fell
they
for
lost
the
to
end
the
zone.
Buccaneers 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23. Whatever.
I don't
They
think it was
lost.
last year, yeah.
But yeah, so I truly believe that the Washington Commanders are going to be a bust team. I know that they did well, that they have a good team around them. If Carson Wentz is your guy, I'm not rooting. I know he had that crazy year with the Eagles where he was going to win MVP. I don't care. That Wentz, I haven't seen that Wentz since that season, since he got hurt.
Exactly.
Commanders fans, I'm sorry if you're here. Don't hate me. I'm picking them. If I'll be the first one to admit I'm wrong anytime in this podcast. If I say something that's wrong, I will be the first to admit it. I don't think I'm wrong here. Washington Commanders. I'll go ahead and give you guys a thumbs down right here. I'm sorry. But shout out Scary Terry, though. Scary Terry's my guy.
I think he's one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league.
He doesn't know me, but he's still my guy. He helped me win a fantasy championship.
Hey, that's your guy then.
Austin, who you got?
A lot of people are not going to like this, but I'm going with the Chicago Bears.
Oh.
Seems like everybody else in the division got better, but these guys just... They lost Khalil Mack. They lost Allen Robinson.
Yeah.
They just... I don't know. I think everybody in the division got better, and they just did not. So, there's not much else to say besides that. It's just that.
It's that.
I think they win maybe 1 or 2 games in the division, but besides that, I think...
In the division?
Yeah.
You think they beat the Vikings and the Bears once? Or what do you think? Or the Vikings and the Lions once?
I think they beat the Lions once, but I think they lose both to Packers and the Vikings.
So they have one division win, you think?
Yeah.
They
might beat the Vikings.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if they would have been my... Well, I don't think they have more to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
I really don't.
I guess they would.
I mean, you bring in a new coach.
Yeah, but I
Nobody-
guess I know what you're saying because every year the Bears think that.
Yeah.
They're it.
Yeah.
They're
So I mean, I can see the bust being there because
Yeah.
I definitely feel that.
They're high on Justin Fields.
I think that's the biggest bust.
Yeah. I think he just doesn't have a number 1 to go to. I mean, Mooney's a 2. I don't think Mooney's a 1.
I don't either.
And then getting N'Keal Haley, it was tough to watch him play last season.
Mooney's for sure he's got skill for sure, but I mean,
Butler.
did they just have like 5 guys get hurt at receiver? I mean, obviously that's an exaggeration, but I believe Pringle got hurt, N'Keal Harry got hurt, Venus Jones is hurt,
Venus Jones, he's questionable.
Velus Jones.
They tried to rebuild that whole wide receiver core, and if anything, they got worse than what they were at last season.
I mean, you know what? Anytime you lose Allen Robinson, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, and if you look at him when he's, I don't know if you see some of the catches he's made with the Rams, but man.
I mean, people get reborn when they see a chance to get a ring.
Yeah, but I agree with that. I don't think the Bears have a number 1 wide receiver. I don't think Mooney can be a number 1 wide receiver.
I think he can. I do. I think he can, but it's going to take a lot from Fields. I think Mooney's got the skills. I do.
He does. I think that he is more of a guy that you don't want to focus on.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like
we'll
if you brought in...
find out this year. It's his year.
His rookie year, Allen Robinson was the number 1, right?
Yeah.
And Mooney put up some great stats. Last year, I felt
Mooney
like...
kills the Lions, so...
Yeah, and last year I felt like he got a lot of double coverage because they didn't have anyone else to throw to.
Yeah.
All right, so here you got.
I might get some hate here. I think the Cowboys are going to not even make playoffs. The Cowboys.
Dak needs to show up.
Here's some of their losses. Connor Williams, Leo Collins on the offensive line. You lose Amari Cooper, Randy Gregory, DeMonte Casey, and Keanu Neal. Who do you bring in? You bring in Dante Fowler Jr.
Yeah.
And you bring in James Washington, who is now out for, I think they said 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, he's hurt. For sure he's hurt. I know that.
James Washington is...
Gallup as well is out for a while.
Gallup's on the PUP list, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, you go and draft.
CeeDee Lamb's year.
You go and draft Tyler Smith, your first pick who has a condition, some kind of health condition.
Yep.
There's sometimes where he isn't himself, they say.
Yeah, they were catching hate for that pick.
Yeah.
I saw today actually, Dak was getting hate from the fans today
Yeah.
during their open practice. Like, how many sacks are you gonna take, Dak? They were yelling at him.
Yeah.
Another sack and all that
The
stuff.
hate is there from the fans. The hate is there. It seems like the team is not a team. They don't want to play together.
I think they feel that
So much
they
pressure.
were right there.
Yeah.
The year they went didn't they go 15-1 or something?
Yeah.
With
Something like
Dak
that.
and Zeke. Zeke's crazy
Oh,
year.
man.
And now they're seeing it, kind of go this way, and they're panicking.
Their
I
best
guess.
draft pick was Jake Ferguson, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I thought they had an awful draft.
I like Jake Ferguson.
I do too. But the coaching staff, Mike McCarthy's not a good coach. Well, because he had success with Aaron Rodgers.
They're gonna go get Sean Payton eventually.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
I think this is it for Mike McCarthy. I think this is it for Zeke.
You heard it here first. Sean Payton going to the Cowboys. I don't know when. I don't know how it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
You think Michael Parsons still has a good year? Again?
Oh, Parsons.
Yeah.
Parsons is a monster.
Parsons is that guy.
Parsons. You got Lawrence, who I feel like he hasn't done anything since he had that year a couple years ago. I feel like I haven't really seen him do much.
They also went out and got Anthony Barr.
Yeah.
Who
I
was
mean,
old.
they're not making playoffs
Yeah.
at all. I think the Eagles win the division. The Eagles' schedule, they're going to start off 10-2. The Eagles' schedule. If you look at the Eagles' schedule, it's unreal.
Play Lions week 1.
That's a good start. That's a real good start. I mean, I don't see the Cowboys doing absolutely anything this year, and it's sad to say because that's America's team apparently, but yet I feel like they have the most problems in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the most eyes on them. Austin, who you got?
That was all I had.
I have another one.
Oh wait. Baltimore.
Yeah.
I think they lost their number one wide receiver. Kyle Hamilton got twitched, so I mean, who knows if he's gonna live up to his potential. But then they also have a tough division as well.
I agree.
Yeah.
That division's tough for sure.
So yeah. What you got?
Do you think Lamar has a good year?
No. I think he's just gonna be running for his life.
I'm with you.
I think his accuracy is just not there.
I'm with you.
And
I know they lost Hollywood, but
Where did he go?
I don't know, man. Some other bust team. I'm just kidding. He's gonna be good. I mean, if he can, is he in trouble?
No, I don't think he'll be
Just got pulled over going like.
Do you know why?
Do you
know why?
No.
Apparently, he was running late to practice.
That's good.
I hope J.K. Dobbins comes back though.
Watch out.
He just got activated today.
Watch out for Bateman, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Bateman is good.
Yeah, and they said that it's been a good connection practice. But like you
Bateman's
said, I agree with you. I don't think the Ravens have enough on that offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
I'm going with my second team as the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Dang.
Either they're rolling out there with Trubisky or they're rolling out there with Pickett. I know they have Rudolph, but, whatever.
He's still concussed.
So they're either going out there with Trubisky or a rookie in Pickett. I think they have an extremely hard division, one of the best divisions in football, if not the best. And, I just don't think that they have it. I really don't. I can keep it as simple as that. I just don't think they're a good team this year.
Yeah.
And they made the playoffs last year, so that's why I'm picking it as my bust team.
Yeah.
Big Ben had his farewell, somehow luckily backed into the playoffs because his team didn't tie.
How did they not? Or how did they?
It sounded like the Raiders and Chargers had to tie it for them to miss it, and they almost did. The Raiders had a field goal with 2 seconds left in overtime or something. But
The Chargers shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
It was insane. But no, Steelers, I'm sorry, no chance. I think that they're my bust team. I'm going to say that they win about 5 games, maybe.
5 games? You
I
think
didn't even
Tomlin
look
has
at their schedule.
Mike Tomlin has his first losing season?
I mean, yeah. Who's he trotting out there in their center?
Yeah. No, I can see it.
And then, okay, so who's their offensive guy? Najee Harris?
Yeah.
That's their guy, right?
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson, I guess.
Deontay Johnson just inked that deal. Whatever, I'm not a hater, but at the same time,
Are you a fan of the Pickens?
yeah, I think George Pickens is good. He
The attitude for sure. He already started fighting practice.
Yeah, he made Michigan look pretty bad, and that one play where he shushed our sideline, blew up Daxton Hill, and then shushed us again.
Oh man.
So yeah, I'm going with the Steelers. I don't have to say much about it. Oh, actually, I do have right here. They have the 4th hardest schedule in the league. So yeah, give me 5 wins maybe.
Yeah, that defense is gonna.
That's another thing. I meant to say this. Sorry. Lions have the 3rd easiest schedule in the league. So when I say that they're gonna have a breakout year.
Do you have the list up?
No, I just have it in my notes. I'm a prepared individual.
Yeah, for sure.
I can look up the list. Go ahead and say your team. I'll look up the list for you.
My team is the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
My number 2 team is the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
You bring in Deshaun Watson, you give him $230 million.
You think he's gonna play this season?
I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't.
We're not gonna get
I
into
think
that.
Goodell doesn't let him play.
What team are you curious about? Cardinals?
I know we're bottom. We're at the bottom of the list. We have a really hard schedule.
Yeah, you do. 24th in the league.
Yeah,
I bet
really
you
hard
do
schedule.
too.
Chiefs has 32. Rams 31. Patriots 25, right above the Cardinals. So a little bit harder than the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's my excuse this season.
Lions are up there. Lions are number 5.
So I take the Cleveland Browns. What do you? That's
Colts have the 3rd easiest.
They have a good
30
backfield.
easiest.
That's about the only thing.
that
they have
shows you
going
right there. The Eagles. What are the Eagles at?
Do they have a good backfield? Because Kareem Hunt's halfway out the door.
for 'em. Oh yeah,
Kareem Hunt's
sure.
out. Yeah.
Kareem Hunt asked for a trade and they denied him.
Who do you got at wide receiver from? I mean, People Jones.
Yeah.
That's the only wide receiver I could think of, right? Do they have anybody else? I was
Blue baby.
Maybe.
I was going through.
But yeah.
I mean, really, I was going through the lineup, and it's just like Jacoby Brissett's out there the first 6 games.
Yeah.
They're gonna go 1-5 if you ask me, or something like that. They're
He's
gonna go something
feasible
crazy.
for sure.
They're gonna go crazy.
Oh, they have Cooper.
Amari
Cooper.
Cooper. That's big.
Yes, me and Amari Cooper is a little overrated too.
Do they have Njoku still?
Yeah.
Njoku.
And then Hooper?
Hooper's gone. He's with Atlanta, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone.
He's with Atlanta, I believe.
Did he come from Atlanta?
Anthony Schwartz.
Did Hooper? Hooper did come from Atlanta.
Yeah, he went to somewhere.
He's not with them now.
He's Titans.
Titans, okay. I look at the team, and there's always so much with the Browns. There's always so much surrounding them, and this year's Deshaun Watson. Why is that the only thing people are talking about with the Browns?
Yeah.
He's not playing the first 6 games. It's like with DeAndre Hopkins.
So far. He might miss the whole year.
Right.
They're appealing it.
Right, exactly.
We won't get on that topic.
Yeah, and he's missing 6 games. That's the same with DeAndre Hopkins.
6 games minimum.
And I can tell you Deshaun Watson's a lot bigger than DeAndre Hopkins. You're not going to go out there and win with Jacoby Brissett. You're not going to go out there and contend against, the Ravens or the Bengals who went to the Super Bowl last year. Yeah. They're the Browns. That's what it comes down to. They're the Browns. If they're going to choke on something, everyone's hyped that he's going there, and I just don't see them doing anything. He hasn't played in, almost 2 years now? Has it been?
Yeah.
Is it close to 2 years?
Yeah, it's 1 year. He missed 1 season, yes.
One season the year before that, I thought he had some injury problems.
Yeah, I don't know. But he's definitely going to be rusty. It's going to be tough for him to come back.
Rusty, yeah.
And then if you want...
Listen to their schedule when he comes back. Apparently week 6, right? So...
I was listening to Colin Coward, and he said if Jacoby Brissett can go 3-3, he thinks that they have a chance of really making playoffs. I don't. I think people are just really thinking Deshaun Watson is going to come back and be in tip-top shape.
So he comes back, he plays at the Ravens, home against the Bengals, at the Dolphins, at the Bills.
Okay, that's 4 losses.
Yeah.
Against Tampa Bay.
That's 5.
Texans. That's going to be a crazy game.
That's a dub, probably.
Yeah.
It's his first dub back.
At Cincy.
That's a loss. Cincy's unreal.
At home against the Ravens.
It's probably a dub.
At home against the Saints.
That could go either way.
At the Commanders, at the Steelers. I think they win the last 2 of the year.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do a quick schedule. You guys tune in every week. You'll hear our predictions of those games.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can hear it then. But yeah, no, that's tough to come back to. Those first 4 or 5 games, wow. After not playing for an entire year.
Dude, he might have some people on the team, too, that don't want to play with them, too. You never know how that's going to go.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Who knows? Who really knows? So.
Austin, do you have another bus team?
No, that was it.
TT, how about you?
No, not in. Honorable
right.
mention. I don't think the Titans are going to be very good this year.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I see them falling off.
We'll see. It all depends on Derrick Henry.
It does.
Yeah.
I think Tannehill is the starter till week 8 or 9. I think you might see Malik Willis. I think you might step up a little bit, but that's about it for me on that part.
All right. Here's a fun one. MVP. Let's go MVP predictions here. Not your Super Bowl MVP, your league MVP. Go ahead, TT.
You thought I was going to say Kyler Murray, didn't you? No. Josh Allen, redemption year.
Josh Allen.
He got cheated last year, man. I was hurt. I really wanted to see him do it. He loves that connection with Stephon Diggs.
Josh Allen's a dog.
Top 5 in passing this year.
The red helmets.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I love it. Josh Allen's going to come out. That team's good. He's going to lead them to playoffs. He's got confidence.
I was picking between Josh Allen and one other person. I went with the other person.
Same.
I'm going Justin Herbert.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think he's got the weapons. I think he's going to have a monster year with his legs and arm.
Mm-hmm.
I love the guy. I wish the Lions would have got him, but at the time we didn't know Stafford would be gone.
Yeah.
A lot of people wanted him. I do think Josh Allen has the last laugh, though. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
I think Justin Herbert, MVP. I know he has to pass some big names. He has to pass the vets. He has to pass the legends, the Tom Brady's, the Aaron Rodgers. I know that there's names out there he has to beat out. I think he takes that next step this year. I got Justin Herbert as my MVP this year.
I like it.
Too.
I like it.
That.
These guys are really starting to step up.
Yeah.
You watch some of these younger guys, and they're starting to step up.
His legs.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Allen, you could say too.
Yeah. So I went with the guy that's projected number 1 in fantasy this season, who I think takes over the league. Kind of like what Indian Tomlinson did back in the day with Jonathan Taylor. This man had 1,800 yards rushing last season, and I think he gets 2K this season.
JT2K.
JT2K.
Ooh.
He averaged 5.5 yards and had 18 touchdowns, but I think he blows that out of the water. I could see him
18
going.
touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I could see him going 20 plus, because the team's going to be putting up points, I think. And then he's also catching the ball out of the backfield a little bit more. And he did have 4 fumbles last season, but only lost 2 of them. So I think he steps it up and takes the MVP. And the Colts.
I like it. I like
Colts
it.
are
When's the
gonna be
last time a
something
running
else.
back won MVP?
Probably
That'd be
AP.
It's been a while.
2012. Henry didn't win it.
But if
did he?
somebody's going to do it, I think he will with that offensive line.
Yeah.
It's going to be nasty.
Yeah. Adrian Peterson, 2012 was the most recent.
That was the year he almost broke.
10 years.
Was it Eric Dickerson's record? Is it Eric Dickerson that had the record?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was like 9 yards short.
Oh, yeah. I
You
remember.
remember he was 9
Yeah.
yards short. Do you think JT gets close to that, or do you think he just cracks 2,000 barely? What do you think?
2,000 yards. That's a ballsy statement.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, that's
a
what you
lot. No, I think they pass it a little bit more, but I think
Like the passing receiving more.
no. Well, just like Matt Young's gonna be splitting the ball.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
gonna
so
be
you
passing the ball.
If they're going to be as successful as we all three think they are going to be, as we mentioned earlier,
Yeah,
John Taylor's going to have a monster year.
yeah.
And he's
He
shown
does.
it.
With that
He's got
offensive
to.
line, I think he will.
Is Hines still there, though?
Yeah.
Naheem Hines. Yeah, but
And
the
Phil
thing is
Horsey.
so obviously we have some friends that are huge Colt fans, and I was talking to one of them, and he said that Naheem Hines is such a good weapon that they're kind of moving him to slot wide receiver.
Yeah.
So you might just see it might just be JT in that backfield,
Yeah.
and when he needs a break, obviously, which isn't very often, the dude is. If you look at him, he's in shape. You know, he doesn't need many
He's ready
breaks.
for it. He did at Wisconsin.
Yeah.
His legs are huge
Yeah.
too.
All right. You said yours.
Yeah. I took
You
that
said
shot.
yours. Now we got to move on to what all these teams are doing it for. Let's go Super Bowl predictions. Go ahead and list your, who you think will be in the Super Bowl. You can go ahead and move forward and say your champion if you'd like, or we can say the champions till the end. But yeah, let's go ahead. TT, why don't you go ahead and start us off? Who you got?
My Super Bowl prediction this year: the Rams will be back in it.
Wow.
The Rams will be back in it. There's too much talent on that team, too much money invested. They didn't lose much, and whatever they did lose, they brought right back.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner leaves the Seahawks, and that man has terrorized me since he's been in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he stays in the division. That hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt. So I think it's the Rams, and why not be MVP of the league and also lead your team to the Super Bowl? You're looking at a Bills-Rams Super Bowl, and it's going to be a clash. I'll give you my championship after I hear what they say.
I, too, went with the Rams. I think that team is extremely talented. Shout out to my boy Stafford. I think that he got over the hump. He's a winner. Everyone's like, oh, he lost so much with the Lions. He didn't lose with the Lions. He led the league in fourth quarter comebacks. He did some amazing with the Lions. The team lost for Stafford. Let's be real here. I got the Rams coming back. They had Allen Robinson, Bobby Wagner, as you mentioned. I mean,
it hurts.
that team's good. They're going to be back. They're going to defend their title in there. I have them facing the Buffalo Bills. Now,
Same championship. I like it.
remember when I said Allen would have the last laugh? Give me Josh Allen, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. I got the Bills beating the Rams in the Super Bowl. Come on, Bills. Let's go. I'll jump through this table.
Bills are in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This table, end of the season, it's gone.
Tired of that losing streak.
Gone.
0-4, don't care.
Yep.
Make it 1-4, baby.
Yep.
Oh man, let's go. I'm jacked right now. The Super Bowl is so far away. The Lions are going to be in it. I don't care.
Kyler Murray for
I
president.
got the Bills winning it all. I think this is the year. I think they should have beat the Chiefs last year. That game was absolutely insane. I think if they beat the Chiefs, I do think that they win the Super Bowl last year.
That was
the same matchup. I don't think the Rams win it.
craziest games I've ever watched.
Yeah, that fourth quarter was insane.
Football.
Austin, who you got? I already said my champion. I got my MVP. Josh Allen and the Bills finally do it.
I also went with the Bills. I had to. As much as I hate it, being in the division, they're just too good, have way too much talent. And then getting Von Miller as well.
Yeah.
That experience.
Key. That was key.
Von Miller, yeah.
But unfortunately, I had them losing it to the Saints. I think the Saints are going to be so fun to watch. I think Jameis comes out and gets MVP. I think he just has the weapons, he has the defense, and they're just going to have fun, and they're going to be fun to watch.
That is a hot take.
Yeah.
You got money on that?
No.
You got Jameis.
Jameis Winston.
You got Jameis Winston.
Super Bowl
I can't even speak right now.
Yeah.
You got Jameis Winston winning Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
Leading the Saints to the Super Bowl.
With Michael Thomas and
Without their
Olave.
coach.
Without their coach.
No Sean Payton.
No.
Wow.
With
Good
the
for you.
defense.
Who knows?
Defense
Dennis
is
Allen really
phenomenal.
could be.
If that comes to fruition, this episode better get 10,000 views.
Yeah.
It's got to be something.
Dude,
Yeah.
you got to be the only one in the world almost.
Yeah. I'm gonna look up the odds real quick, just in case.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, I'll give you my prediction. And let me tell you that none of us had talked about any of this beforehand. We wanted to surprise each other. And somehow we all picked the Bills, right? Well, I'm taking the Bills also to win. Josh Allen is going to throw for 327 yards. All right? He's going to throw for 327. He's going to have lead the Bills down. He's going to catch Stephon Diggs on a nice little slant route. It's going to win him the championship, okay? They're going to win. It's going to be 23-17. That's what the final score is.
23-17. I'm going to go
23-17.
I'm going to go 38-27.
I like both sides of the
I like
defense.
their offenses.
I like both sides of the defenses.
38-27. Give me a score prediction.
I'm gonna go 28-27.
28-27.
28-27. All right, jot it down. Give me this damn Lions helmet. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode here. Subscribe, like, comment. If you disagree, let us know. If you agree, let us know. We want to hear everyone else's predictions in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in. We love you guys. We're going to be doing this all season. Please keep tuning in. Let your friends know. Share. These are my guys right here. Ain't nothing happening. Give me this dang Lions helmet. Ignore my hair. We're out of here. We got some fun things coming in store for you guys. Get ready.
Any topics or questions you guys want us to talk about,
Oh, yeah.
let us know.
We're out.
Yeah.